Hey folks, how's it going? Steve here from the Shack podcast. I'm on my own today. This is just a little video for the YouTube channel. Just want to kind of introduce what we are, because there'll be different people finding us through YouTube than there are finding us through our Instagram accounts, which I think most of the people who are finding us through the Instagram know us or know of us. YouTube is a whole new beast, and we're hoping to get some new people watching the podcast and getting involved and asking us questions and basically just following along. Quick overview of what we are and what we're about. This is a outdoor cooking podcast, but not sort of stuck in that. We're going to be covering a lot of different food type subjects, which we could be cooking indoors. It's just that me and Dec both love cooking outdoors. We love barbecue, we love smoking. We love open fire cooking. So a lot of what we do is going to be based around that, but it is basically just two guys enjoying what they do for a hobby, and just trying to make the most of it. We have a lot of facets to what we do, as well as just being on social media with our Instagrams and doing it for fun. I think probably about 18 months ago took the leap from the home improvement industry to try and make my way and make a career or a living in and around food, and if I can do that with open fire cooking and barbecue, then even better. And I've been really fortunate up to this point, really fortunate, which we'll go into. I'm not going to go into in this video, but we touched on it in episode 1 of the podcast, and no doubt it will come up going forward. But fast forward from 18 months ago, I'm a chef in a smokehouse restaurant in Stoke. I run a catering business which caters events, hosts pop-ups and things like that. So food has become a huge thing for me personally, and I couldn't be more thankful that I took the leap. I love getting up for work in the morning now. The alarm goes off. I'm not miserable. I enjoy everything about it. I'm like a sponge at the minute. I just want to absorb knowledge about cooking. And like I say, it's not just limited to barbecue. It's about every type of cooking. So we, as well as doing all of so, and Dec helps me with that as well. So Dec has a full-time job. He works in the electrical industry. He's an electrician by trade, and now he does site surveys and things like that. I'm not sure exactly what his job title is, but he's gone up a couple of steps from being an electrician, so shall we say. So he still does that full-time, but helps me out with pop-ups and things like that. And then we started the podcast as a way for us just to get together when we're not cooking, and because we talk a lot and we discuss and message each other a lot about food. We like going to food events, we like hosting events, and we just thought a podcast would be a good platform to do it. And there is already a really good UK barbecue themed podcast out there, Meet and Greet. Owen and Dan are doing a fantastic job, and this is by no means to sort of try and step into their niche and their avenue in this kind of field. We just want to do something alongside what they do, make it a little bit different, more of a perspective from two blokes just enjoying each other's company and enjoying what it is that we do. So we're trying a lot of different things. We're going to be doing a lot of different things on the podcast. We're going to be doing lives, probably start off on Instagram lives, just because, like I say, a lot of our followers and people who already follow the podcast and are aware of us are on Instagram, so they will instantly get notified when we go live and things like that. But if it proves popular, we might do it on YouTube, because there's far more that we can do on a YouTube live than what we can do on an Instagram live. Instagram lives are great, but they're quite limited to what you can do. You have to use your phone as the camera, whereas with YouTube we can have set cameras, different angles and things like that. So yeah, in the future, YouTube lives is definitely on the cards, but it all depends if this, if this doesn't take off as well as the Instagram side, there's not really going to be much point. So I suppose we're hoping that it does, just because I want to do as much as possible. I want to do a lot. Sorry, you've probably just heard my freezer kick in. It makes this weird noise every hour or so. But yeah, so I want to do as much as possible. The lives really excite me. Like cooking live is great. I have done it before on YouTube, on my other YouTube channel, which is kind of sort of, it's not become dormant, but I hardly use it these days. It's mainly TikTok and Insta. But I did do some live cook-alongs on there just after lockdown and a little bit after, and really enjoyed it. Like the interaction you get with people is fantastic. And if we can sort of integrate that into Zoom as well, we could possibly have other people on camera at the same time as us, which would be really, really good. But yeah, I mean, we want to know what you want to see. So if you like the sounds of everything that I've spoke about, give it a subscribe. If you're in some foodie communities where you think, you know, people might benefit from this channel and the podcast, then please do share it. It really will mean a lot to us, and we'll do everything that we can to give you some content that's entertaining and the stuff that you want to watch, and hopefully from more of a human background, rather than, you know, people telling you should do this and you should do that. For me, there's so many different ways to do everything, like especially when it comes down to food. Recipes are interpretation. I've said this for a long time, that recipes are a blueprint. What you do with that recipe is entirely up to you. You can chop and change it, tweak it to your tastes, and no one can tell you that you're doing it wrong. If you're enjoying the meals that you're putting out, you're doing it right. Yeah, we're just here to, you know, if you've got questions, hopefully we can try and help you and answer them. But we're not here to tell anyone how they should be doing things or what they should be doing. We'll just have our opinions. We're two pretty approachable guys, so yeah, reach out. Right, okay, I've dragged on this video already long enough. As you can see, I'm a bit of an idiot when it comes to chatting. Once you start me off, you can't shut me up. So a podcast is probably the way for me to go. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Episode 2 is due out soon. If you've not seen episode 1, check it out on the playlist, give it a listen. If you don't want to watch the video of us just chatting, you can just listen to it wherever you listen to your podcast. We're on Spotify and iTunes and things like that, so go and check it out. But yeah, share it about, get people involved. We'd really, really appreciate it. Until then, I will see you in the next video.